go back and get the book outside, I think. That's the way it's gonna be.
What do we have here?
And that's it. Yes. Well, not so much as we can do without the floating passages, but they only get me so far. Oh, there's a book up there, but not the book I want. Not these floating bad boys. Okay, so we have the one bookshelf I have not completed. I'll be back, sir. Just need a book. And I need half a score. So I should probably only come back once I have both of those things. Right? I'm going to forget where it came from. Where am I? Okay, so... Wish I could mark this doorway. It's the southern doorway. Sure. That is not a staircase. Now, where was this book? Further down? I don't see anything moving up there, so it must have been. Searching for a book and half a sheet of music. Ugh. Of course you need a book. Where's the darn thing? Honestly, where is it? I've lost the book. There's a book. I don't think this is the book. You know I'm going to use it here. We're going to go back to that other room for something else anyway, so I may as well just use it. I don't know that was the book I was looking for. I should have just grabbed it, man. I know I was in a time trial, but like I had seconds to spare. I wasn't that much in a rush.
Ooh, let me open it.
Hummus Notes number 1. The matter of paramount importance is to be able to properly distinguish the different categories of music, so as not to misunderstandings caused by confusion regarding the meaning of words. There are 3 categories of music in this world. 1, the musica mundana. Another musica humana. The third, musica instrumentalis. The mundana is the music of origin. It is the beginning of end of all music. From it does all spring, and to it shall all return. False and true celestial signs, namely the inner and outer, lower and upper astrological signs. Edaug will provide a detailed explanation on this section. The turning of the seasons and passing of time, the divine elements, everything in the universe operations according to the order of this music. Here, special attention should be paid to the connection between the musica mundana and fortuna. The latter includes the former, while the former does not equate to the latter. Any music with specifications similar to fortuna can be called musica mundana, for it itself would be equal to an entire world. Just as Cassiodor taught you before, the fortuna we speak of here and Sebastius's have no... Oh, they're not the same? I'm assuming it means like no correlation. Latter is governed for the former, while the former is the rules that govern all things, the fate of which slaves speak. Musica humana is the music of the world of mortals. I assumed as much. The music of mortals and gods are no different from one another, and both can be classified in this category, for their essence is that of the harmony produced by the musica mundana striking the quality of the soul. Imagine a harp, where every physical entity in the world corresponds to a single one of its fine strings. Magnificent music comes not from a single string, but from the resonance of all strings. This is the music we call the musica mundana. As your fingers glide across the ends of the strings, the middle section will vibrate along with it, creating a sound most pleasing. If you're talking about a single string and you're at the top of the bottom, yeah, I suppose the middle will move. The whole thing moves. I thought it meant across the entire harp, and I'm like, no. Creating a sound most pleasing. However, you did not touch the middle of the strings at all, and the reason it sounds is simply because it's attached to. What I must emphasize to you is that Just as in the string metaphor, the music of mortals and gods can both be played, just like you can choose to play the middle of the strings and not the ends. And it is for this reason that the musica humana can replace the musica mundana. We will discuss that in detail later. The musica instrumentalis is the most fundamental music, and there is no need to elaborate on it. Even slaves can understand. Sorry, I forgot to mute Discord. I'll do that momentarily. Next, I must elaborate for you the nature of phobos, and why the musicless cannot be regardless as humans to equal to... And why the musicless cannot be regardless of human equals... I don't understand the sentence. Based on morality and rationality. I do not understand that sentence at all. Alright, Discord has been silenced.
Have you ever kept goldfish as pets? They're very...
Yay! Okay. Yeah, oh. Can I get that? Can I swim in this water? How do I... Ah. I've forgotten how to swim. I was like, how do I go down? Alright, well, I'm just going to get out of the water because I'm not ready to be here yet. Book! Book! Where is it? Where is it? This is probably the one I was looking for. There you are. You're the one I was looking for. So you're in the opposite staircase. I see. Okay, and you have no home, which means you are the book I require for my bookshelf. But there's no point going back because I don't have the other page of the... Oh, maybe the other page is inside now. That'd be weird, right? And this leads back to there. I don't know if I should be doing this just yet. What is that? Huh. This looks complicated. Okay. Okay. For you? As long as these crabs don't touch me, we're fine. Excuse me, you are in the way. That is not the button I seek. Close enough. And you... Oh, come here, you. Boom. Yay. Nice. Dunskies. Okay, so I can't actually get through that door gate thingy. Okay, so that's all there is to do down here then. I take it. Looks like it. We'll go grab this Tadalka. Rude. Anything underneath? Nope. Okay. I will go back to the room to donate this book. I do not think the other half of the score is going to be behind there, but I like to be thorough just in case. And besides, I haven't even found these places that I'm supposed to be hitting these on buttons, so to speak. I didn't understand the map. Okay, you. Yep. No musical
Ooh,
score.
will we find any firework materials in here?
Surprise, surprise. So, I wonder where we're going to find it. Oh, I did find it. It just wasn't physically there. Okay, wow. I stand corrected. I will combine. Wait, what? You have 3 pieces missing? I didn't realize you had 3 pieces missing. Well, where's the 3rd piece then? I've been so diligent in my exploration. Should I take it up and see if it's up there? I should. I should be thorough. Hey, books. Okay, well, we're probably going to die. Just FYI, as long as we're all across this point. Okay, so when it changes, I need to move onto the changed platform. Wah! Told you. I told you we're probably going to die. Oh, she can't grab onto that. Let's try this again. Okay. This time, hear me out. Don't run off the other side of the Duvuaka, please. I don't have the patience for this. Oh, again! Why do you keep going? If I nudge you forward a step... Do this! Do this! Why are you running off the other goddamn side? Just stop running when I take my finger off the key. Is it a ping issue? Enough is enough. I'll do a little forward dance if I must. Stick to the fleshy part. You can't go wrong with more terrain to walk onto. There we go. Now what? There's a book up there that I was waiting to get. Oh, hey! Oh, he's not lit up though. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, we have to do the dance again over here. Oh, wait, this is where we lose sentience. Oh, I just needed to come here. I see, I see. And then, that's all I needed to do. Oh, I don't have a book. Oh, yes, I do. Come here, you. I'm so strident with these books. Loved by books. I don't know. Forcing them under my control, I wouldn't say is getting affection from the books.
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
Yay. Yay! So all of that was just a puzzle? I'm okay with this. I like this. That was fun. I thought it had a little more importance to the story. I'm not going to lie. But that's okay. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed solving it. It was good fun. And we got part 3 of this story that I'll read at a later date. So, you know, I call it all that a win. Where is the exit exactly? Exit's this way. Excuse me. And out we go. And I'm done. Yay. Okay, I can come to your play now. I'm still... Actually, I'm not done there. I just remembered I've still got another part of the bloody score to find. Not only do we have the same hardy skin, but in our veins flows the same divine essence. We share the same wisdom and melody, the same will. You're made of stone and I am not, sir. Whoa, someone's coming out of the mural. Oh, it's a mask! No wonder y'all faces looked funny. It has been too long, dear friend. How many years since that day? 500? Thousands? He does look very Greek / early Roman era attire. Still, time matters not to us at all. You may be in this small body now, but I recognized you in an instant. Well, have you tired of battle and decided to take up rat catching as a new hobby? It's you. And what is he exactly? A monster? A ghost? Or could he be the real Dark Lord? Dark Lord? Pah! Barbarians remain barbarians, I see. Ignorant even of their own ignorance. Boethius of Remuria am I. Oh, you're Boethius. Good for you, sir. Foremost harmist of Phobos. You need not introduce yourselves. I have no interest in the titles peddled by primitives. You know this rude fella, Aura? I do not deny it, but... Need you be so formal, Cassiodor? You're Cassiodor? I was wondering when we were going to meet him. I was like, all the other names have kind of been taken up by people in this game thus far. Where's Cassiodor? Oh, and Boethius, I suppose, as well, previously, but we found him now. Do our years of service under our Sebastos, our god king, matter so little to you? The past is the past. I do not know how you, whose soul has long been shattered, have manifested, but it seems that chaotic symphony is your doing, and none other. Cease, return the souls of those who live in the present, and go back to the shadow, beneath the deep waters, to where you belong. This is my final warning to you. Oh, and what then? Will you continue wearing your mask of hypocrisy, traitor? Will you shut your eyes and ears for another millennium? But you have not noticed, have you? Why my melody would break its bonds at this time, and affect the present. Why my strength has given me the might to open the gate to the deep waters, allowing me to manifest. The power of the sea surges, Cassiodor. The return of Phobos is imminent. Yeah, I didn't understand the explanations of Phobos, I'm going to be honest, so I'm going to need a little more elucidation on that point. Phobos? Yes, indeed, over these thousands of years, I have already bound my soul to the shattered Phobos. The omniscient enigma, the great power, is about to finally descend once again. And this is not the wish. And is this not the wish that we once failed to accomplish? To repeat the past is to give the ancient tragedy an encore, nor have I ever wanted to sacrifice innocent lives. Is that so? Well, not that it matters, Cassiodor. The world you have defended is coming apart at the seams. The people of bygone times you see before you shall return to their rightful places. Fontaine's existence is a mistake, one we shall correct. When the oceans swallow it, Remuria shall rise... So previously it was problematic in that the water would rise to engulf Fontaine. Now you want to sink Fontaine? Is it never safe from the death of the waters? When the oceans swallow it, Remuria shall rise above the sea once again, and its light shall shine over the land. Is this because the primordial sea? Do even barbarians know of its existence nowadays? You are the mistaken one. We should have assimilated into this new nation thousands of years ago, but it was you who warped them into puppets of ancient hate. Whether that Phobos matter is true or false, as long as my will has not dissipated, your schemes will not succeed. Do you mean to say, then, that we should abandon our honour as Remurians and degenerate into mere base insects? How could I ever allow my kin to return to those bags of decaying flesh and become slaves to fate once more? It seems that the millennia have not led you to accept Remuria's downfall. If anything, you have grown more obstinate still. Perhaps it is our stubbornness alone that we are quite similar. I thought that the long years would have rendered you willing to once more stand by our side. You betrayed the tribe that birthed you. You betrayed Remuria. You may have become the Golden Hunter. You're the Golden Hunter! Ah, so Cassiodor is the Golden Hunter, I see. But you cannot remove the brand of the Sebastos that marks you still. You will always be a Remurian. Remurians have long ceased to exist, save in your delusions. The world of the old has passed away. Of course, or so it was meant to be. But now the border between past and present is faded. If you insist on becoming the enemy of our ancient realm and sealing me once more in a cage buried beneath the waves, then those Fontainians you wish to protect, yes, all of Petrichor, shall be buried as one. Huh? No way, we won't let that happen. That is not up to you, insolent savage. When that time comes, your lowly flesh shall be rendered as dust, but your souls will join with ours and take the next step of evolution. We shall bestow upon you eternal, resilient bodies, that you may never again suffer mortal pain. Should you have words of gratitude, I will hear them. Why, thank you very much. You've got to be kidding me. That's not something we'd be thankful for at all. Just like those puppets who danced as you performed, those pitiable slaves and servants, those poor children, everything was stripped from them, and you still speak with such conviction. All things have their price. Narrow personal opinions are, but refuse to be What? I don't understand your English here. Refuse to be discarded by a higher class of beings such as I. Besides, as I see it, they are the ideal form of humanity, adhering unerringly to perfect order. You're absolutely nuts and despicable too. Despicable? Ha! And what would you call Cassiodor? What Cassiodor did to us thousands of years ago then. By comparison, this is nothing. But patience. We should have a good long talk, but not here, no. We shall speak beneath the deep waters, in the deepest bowels of our ancient realm, where everything began. The realm awakens, Cassiodor. You are the sole survivor of our fallen realm, the sole Remurian left with free will, and you have left us for far too long. You must return to us, and listen to the lamentation and anger of the long years. Perhaps then you shall be more receptive to my symphony and to the arrangement of Vovos. I will await you in the royal city of Remuria and Domos Aurea, where the Sebastios plied his melody. I will, of course, extend the appropriate hospitality to those souls from the present before your arrival. Should you still remain resolute when the time comes, their souls will naturally receive their release. And as for you, you are not part of Vovos' plan, and yet the great symphony shall in no wise cast out any audience. Do enjoy the passing prelude I have prepared for you. If fortune proves favourable, we shall meet again. Combat! Oh, yes. Hi.
Not now. Stars, shine through. Shower me with prayer. The fuse is lit. Goldbishop do!
Do you like the way I sidestepped the damage there and then got hit 2 seconds later? It's fine. Alright, this way. This way, my friends.
Recall, mine to command. Strike a pose. Let my name echo in some time for a light show.
Why are you hiding behind the half sword? Don't do that. Well, actually, that hides, or whatever.
Fire hazard.
There we go. Dead. Well, that shut him up. What do we do now, though? If we want to save the souls of the townspeople, we're going to have to head down to that Doomus Aria or whatever that super rude, duper arrogant, okay, guy talked about, right? As you might recall, we weren't invited. Since when have we ever needed an invitation to crash some bad guy's party? Oh, right. From what he said, he seems to have known Aura for a long time. Said they worked for the Sebastios or whatever. Maybe I should start just calling you Cassiodor. We need to have a good talk before we go. Cassiodor. If you have anything you'd like to ask me this time, I shall tell you all I know. We could be here for a while, guys. Tell me about Remuria. Where's the music? That's where you and that rude fellow are both from, right, Cassiodor? Aura's quite quicker to say. I'm going to just say Aura. We've heard that name before. It seems to be an ancient nation. Very well. The story begins before the court of Fontaine as you know it was born. The Sebastios, Remus, founded a nation above the high sea that is Fontaine, and the ancestors of the present-day Fontanians named him the Dark Lord Remus in their terror. I don't understand. So he founded Fontaine, but the Fontanians named him the Dark Lord in terror. Was he a bad leader? Before it sank, this body of water was part of the Great Fontaine Lake, and the location where the capital of Remuria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties as those of Fontaine. Wait, so we're actually in the ruins of Remuria now? Indeed, but where the tale differs from commonly told history is, the people of Remuria were not ordinary humans like the Fontanians. Rather, they were a new race. Their bodies were cast of stone, with ichor for blood. The Sebastios gave us such bodies in the hope that we would escape our prisons of rotting flesh and fate. His great vision was that we should all grasp the power of the symphony and thereby escape the shackles of Fortuna, becoming the masters of our own destiny. So those stone statues we saw on the way here, those were your kin? Precisely. So, I fear that they have long lost their free will, however, becoming mindless slaves worse off by far than the humans of old, easily perishable though they are. Wait, in that case, why are you a cat? I am a cat, for now. And one's will and soul are more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless, it was the Sebastos who gave me a new life. Wait, why? If you were betraying Remuria in some manner, why would Remus have given you a new body? We once possessed all of the high sea, countless cities and palaces, flowers, flowing wine, and yet fate found us all the same. After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, the Sebastos used Ica to create imperishable bodies for the people, and still, the prophesied future did not change. What's your prophesied future, by the way? We knew what Fontaine's was. What's yours? Our God King believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate, and so he wrote the symphony, a music that could weave destiny. He believed that through this he had found a way to resist fate, but instead, that path led us to utter darkness, step by step. And in the end, the entire kingdom sank beneath the waves, as though it had been smote by divine judgment. No, you still haven't told me what this fate is that you were trying to avoid. I fear that even he did not foresee such an outcome. They were all the same. That is what happened. But that doesn't tell me about what the prophecy was about. Your fate. You're never going to tell me, are you? So tell me about your impudent friend. Right. And he called you Cassiodor or something, right? But aren't you called Oran or something? Just as I have traversed many bodies, I have had many names. Of course, this is all thanks to the Sebastos, who separated my soul from the grand symphony. Again, why would he do that if he was so convinced he was in the right? Or did he see the folly of his way at the end? A convenient ability indeed. You weren't planning on puppeting one of us at some point, were you? But back to Boethius. He was not always evil. He was once a noble Harmost of Remuria, and the sole survivor following the great catastrophe that befell. The original purpose of the Golden Castellum was to unify our surviving kin and prevent the catastrophe of the rising waters from ever occurring again. But evidently, Boethius had his own designs. While I and my companions ranged across the land, struggling mightily to contain the power of the primordial waters. So you had the same problem as Fontaine then? Your problem was exactly the same. Okay. He used his eloquent tongue to sway those who... So I guess they were trying to prevent the rising of the waters, just like the Fontaine prophecy, because it's the same prophecy, but you just happened to fall beneath the waves because of the act of your leader before the prophecy came true. Got it. He used his eloquent tongue to sway those who remained. He initiated a fell ritual that aimed to restore the shattered symphony and revive the ruined realm. To this end, he did not hesitate to dissolve the will of our kin and plunder the souls of Fontanians everywhere. Many rulers and nobles became his pawns, and polities? What's a polity? Newly born, lay on the brink of destruction. To stop him, who had by now clearly become a monster, I could only forsake my name and become one who hunts phantoms, resisting him alongside the Fontanians. Bitter was the conflict before we were at last able to steal both him and the sea that had devoured our nation. And that is why he named me traitor. I followed the Sebastos precisely because he had shown me that golden dream, a land where prejudice and differences were no more, a land of justice and freedom. But that was what it had become after Remuria sank, no more than a dream. I would rather be called a traitor than let Boethius trample on our ideals. I swore upon fate that I would serve as the barrier between past and present. Thus did I become the spirit keeper of our ancient land. Guess Mr. Blight's a pretty stubborn guy, huh? Even after being beaten up and sealed, he's still looking to break out and cause trouble. I had thought that even if evil lingered in him, his soul had long been broken, and he would remain naught but discordant notes, a symphony plunged into strife. I never thought that he would weave his shattered self into the symphony, and thus gain mastery over it. The discord and dissonance that now emanates from these waters can be regarded as an extension of his power. If we are to defeat him, I fear we must await the moment when all soul fragments have gathered around one body. Let's hear about the symphony and Phobos. Where should I even begin? The symphony is human memory and persona woven into a melody through musical notation, creating a song in which human souls can dwell and have their wishes fulfilled. In that way, to master the symphony is to master fate. This is a secret that the great golden bee Sibylla, the prophet who survived the previous cycle, imparted. A great golden bee? Okay. As Sebastos, who created the symphony, poured these melodies into the insoluble Aether in hopes that all might control their own fates through playing that music. He overestimated us, I fear, for his deeds terrified us. The people could not bear the burden of fate, and they begged their gods and superiors for guidance. At the request of the people, Sebastos wrote all melodies into the grandest of melodies. This new symphony would bring us all the greatest of happiness, and its name was Phobos. So Phobos is the name of sheet music, essentially, a song, but it did not bring what it was promised. Indeed, you saw how it all ended, didn't you? Had the Sebastos' plan worked, the symphony would have woven a melody of utmost gentleness for us all, an eternity that would last 1,000 years and beyond. But something went wrong. Besides the Sebastos himself, only said superiors, the Harmosts, could have changed Phobos' melody. I'm putting my money on Boethius, quite frankly. And Boethius was once an excellent Harmost. So you suspect him as well. It's about the dreamscape I saw. You tell of a strange dream you saw before. Ah yes, those were indeed the memories left by he whom I served, the Sebastos, the God King Remus. Though I do not understand how you're able to see them, Lunara. Yeah, I'm a Mary Sue. I'm like super special. But I do not think you need to worry. If this chaotic symphony was enough to control you, it would have done so long ago on the surface. But that hasn't happened, yes? Speaking of which, why isn't Este affected? Is he just especially gifted? I do have some idea, but it might be best to wait for the right time to speak of that. Well, Este is a name related to history, so is he another soul like Aura, or what? Oh, here we go again with the cliffhangers. Just don't forget to tell us, all right? In any case, since you can see these things, Lunara, that means that some fragment of Sebastos' will and memory remain in this underwater symphony. Long millennia have I searched, and if you could touch some more of these memories, perhaps I may find the answers I have sought all this time. The great waves could not hurt a god, even should their crests scrape the very skies, and yet the Sebastos disappeared without a trace when our nation fell into the depths. He would not have sat idly by as his nation and people drowned in blood. So where did he go? Or was his passing Remuria's true death knell? So, Aura doesn't know about what happened to Remus when he died, but I still want to know why he freed you from the Great Symphony and gave you your own essence back. Those are two key points, I think, that are going to help us going forward. Anyway, we're done. Very well. If there is anything else you wish to know, do not hesitate to ask me. Where's part 3 of the score that I need for the secret room? I'm missing a piece. Guess we're heading to Domus Aurea next. Oh, now she gets the name right? Guess you heard it properly the first time then, Paimon. So we can meet that rude guy, right? It's going to be dangerous for sure, but I will continue to guide you. It is, after all, my homeland. Though it may have sunk to the very bottom of the sea, I remember its paths still, even after all those millennia. Also, I believe. Just don't let us down when it counts. Should we encounter difficulties, you may count on me. Do not forget that I am far stronger than an ordinary cat. Hope you have more HP than a standard cat. You can pump one of those into death in Pathfinder and D&D. You know, every time Paimon remembers that you're actually an ancient person from thousands of years ago, it just feels wrong that we're calling you Aura. But your full name is way too long, so... Cassiodor. It's 4 fucking syllables, Paimon. If you cannot get 4 syllables out of your mouth, you have intellectual issues. Okay, let's just call you... What? Monsieuros, then. Absolutely not. Go jump off a cliff, Paimon. She'll float anyway. What do you think? Is it polite enough? It's bloody awful. Why does she keep renaming the cat? No. The foot is down. I am not changing it. A name to me is nothing more than a label, but as this represents your acknowledgement, Paimon, I will gladly accept it. Yeah, but Paimon's an idiot. Don't trust any name she gives anybody. She's terrible at naming things. I'm now calling you Cassiodor, just to spite Paimon with the 4 syllables. You deserve that, Paimon. Let's move out. It wouldn't be too bad to keep your rude friend waiting, but the townspeople can't wait that long. Second movement. Prisoner in shackles. Vibro crystals. Sorry. Okay, we just got given a side quest.